highest of 7 hills in Florida's capital city, covering every corner of the Big Bend. This is the award-winning News 20 at 5 Live.
Good afternoon and welcome to a special edition of News 20 at 5. I'm Giovanni Hampton. Florida lawmakers modified Florida's capital law system, making it harder for juries to send someone to death row. Yesterday, Florida Senate passed a bill that would overhaul Florida's death sentencing law. The move to revamp the death penalty statute came 2 months after the U.S. Supreme Court ruled the current capital punishment unconstitutional. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement has declared their investigation into Leon County school system as ongoing. The investigation began in April 2014 when the FBI searched former Assistant Superintendent Paul Burt's company vehicle after his arrest in February 2014. Burt was noted as a prominent force in raising campaign donations for Superintendent Jackie Pons. A bill that expands the use of medical marijuana in Florida for patients with terminal conditions has passed the Florida House. The bill was approved on a 99-16 vote. It expands the Right to Try Act, allowing patients to use non-smoking marijuana of all strengths and doses. It also adds regulations for dispensing organizations, and a similar bill is before the Florida Senate. Change has come about for Tallahassee, Florida. The capital city has seen significant infrastructure changes in the last 20 years. Find out the history behind these structural transformations. This News 20 online special takes an in-depth look of the changes coming soon to the city. Go to our News 20 tab at the FAMU and online.com to see the full story. It has been reported that there is increased influenza activity in Florida. Multimedia journalist Danielle Johnson has the story.
The flu is now underway, and as reported by the Emergency Department and Urgent Care Center, the influenza-like illness activity remains above levels seen in previous years. Pharmacy manager Stan Cote provides tips for prevention from the flu.
Just trying to avoid people who have the flu, just taking universal precautions, washing your hands. If you're sick, stay home. Don't affect your whole workplace. Don't affect your classmates.
Annual vaccinations remains the best way to protect yourself from the flu. Individuals over the age of 6 months are encouraged to get flu shots, as it takes up to 2 weeks for effective protection against the virus. Overall estimates for vaccine effectiveness is 59%. Cote voiced the increase in customers who needed treatment for the flu within the past few months.
Especially recently. Usually we see a lot of it between December and January. For some reason, it picked up at the end of February and now March.
Estimates are between 15% and 40% of the population will develop illness from influenza every year.
The Florida Health Department have recently announced that the flu had been regionally spreading in the state of Florida, with Tallahassee being one of the top 4 cities experiencing elevated activity. Although it is late in the season, it is very important that you keep yourself protected from the bug. Medicines like these can help aid in symptoms if you're feeling a bit under the weather. For News 20 at 5, I'm Danielle Johnson.
Saturday will have sunny days with a high of 74 and a low of 45. And for Sunday, we'll continue with some sun with a high of 76 and a low of 46. Moving on to Monday with a high of 78 and a low of 53. And for Tuesday, we're expected to have some mostly sunny skies with a high of 79 and a low of 59. And ending our week Wednesday with a high of 82 and a low of 61. That does it for your weather. Hope you all enjoy your weekend. I'm Ashley Fleet. Now back to you at the desk.
Welcome back. I'm Danielle Johnson with your sports. Florida A&M University's 65th annual track and field relays will take place tomorrow at the Pete Griffin track on FAMU's campus. The relays kick off at 7:30 and continues until late afternoon. It will feature opening ceremonies, FAMU senior recognition, and a FAMU track and homecoming presentation. The relays are open to the public. Florida State University men's baseball team used extra innings to defeat the Villanova Wildcats Wednesday night. The Seminoles and Wildcats were tied 8-8 through the bottom of the inning. Both teams added 2 runs apiece in the 13th inning. The Noles freshman catcher Cal Rayleigh hit a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 14th inning to bring home the winning run.
The Harlem Globetrotters celebrated their 19th anniversary last night in the capital city at the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center. The world's famous Globetrotters embarked on an anniversary tour of the 260 cities around the world as ambassadors of goodwill. The Globetrotters are giving back in every city they visit. In honor of 90 years, they played in throwback uniforms. That's going to do it for us tonight. I'm Giovanni Hampton for Danielle Johnson and Ashley Fleet. Have a great evening.